Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Vihari 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 Jaya Radha Madhava 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 Jaya Kunja Vihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, 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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda 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 Jai Jai, Gauranita Jaya, 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 Jagannatha Jaya, Jagannatha Jaya, Baladeva Jaya, Subhadra Mahi Jaya, Jagannatha Jaya, Jagannatha Jaya, Baladeva Jaya, Subhadra Mahi Jaya, Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha, Shri Radhe Jaya, Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha, Shri Radhe Jaya, Narasimha De Jaya, Narasimha De Jaya, Narasimha De Jaya, Narasimha De Jaya, Narasimha De, Narasimha De, Narasimha De Jaya, Narasimha De Jaya, Prahlad Maharaj 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 Jaya, Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada Jai Jai, Prabhupada Jai Jai, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jai Jai, Srila Jaya Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva Jaya, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Srila Guru Deva, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Thank you very much. I seek all your blessings to say something in the glorification of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurvunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadati Swapatantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Hridayantasto hi abhadrani Vidunoti Suhritsatam Nashta Prayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 6. The title of the chapter is The Downfall of Saubhari Muni, text number 5. Tesham purasta abhava aryavarte Nrupa pancha vimsati pascha cha trayo madhye apare anyatah tesham pumstat abhava tesham pumstat abhava Aryavarte Nrupa Aryavarte Nrupa Panchavimshati paschascha Trayo madhye aparenyatah Trayo madhye aparenyatah Tesham purastat abhavan Aryavarte nrupa Panchavimshati paschascha Trayo madhye apare anyatah Tesham purastat abhava Aryavarte nrupa Panchavimsati paschascha Trayo madhye apare anyatah Tesham purasta abhavan Aryavarte nrupa Panchavimsati paschascha Trayo madhye parenyata. Tesham purasta abhavan. Arya varte nripa nripa. Pancha vimsati paschascha. Trayo madhye apare bhatyam. Tesham purasta abhavan. Arya varte nripa nripa. Pancha vishyati paschascha. Trayo madhye parenyata. Mataji, please. Tesham purasta abhavan. Arya varte nripa nripa. Pancha vimsati paschascha. Trayo madhye parenyata. Tesham purasta abhavan. Arya varte nripa nripa. Pancha vimsati paschascha. Trayo madhye parenyata. Tesham, among all those sons, Purastat, on the eastern side, Abhavan, they became Aryavarte, in the place within the Himalaya and the Vindhya mountains, known as Aryavrata. Nrupa, kings, Nrupa, O King Maharaj Parikshit, Pancha Vamsati, 25, Paschat, on the western side, Cha, also, Traya, 3 of them, Madhye, in the middle, between east and west, Apare, others, Anyata, in other places. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the 100 sons, 25 became kings in the western side of Aryavarta, a place between the Himalayas and the Vindhya mountains. Another 25 sons became kings in the east of Aryavarta, and the 3 principal sons became kings in the middle. The other sons became kings in various other places. So there is no purport, so I'm just reading the next sloka. Text number 6. Sa yekadasat yedasa ashtaka sraddhe swaku swatam adishat mamsam aniyatam medhyam vikukshe gaccha ma shiram. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. During the month of January, February and March, oblations offered to the forefathers are called Ashtaka Sraddha. The Sraddha ceremony is held during the dark fortnight of the month. When Maharaj Ikshvaku was performing his oblations in this ceremony, he ordered his son Vikukshi to go immediately to the forest to bring some pure flesh. Again, no purports. Text number 7. Tateti savanam ghatva mrgan hatva kriyarpanan shanto bhubukshito viraha sasam sadhat apasmrita. Translation. Thereafter, Ikshvaku's son Vikukshi went to the forest and killed many animals suitable for being offered as oblations. But when fatigued and hungry, he became forgetful and he ate a rabbit he had killed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is evident that Kshatriyas killed animals in the forest because the flesh of the animal was suitable to be offered at a particular type of yajna. Offering oblations to the forefathers in the ceremony known as Sraddha is also a kind of yajna. In this yajna, flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. However, in the present age, Kali Yuga, this kind of offering is forbidden. Quoting from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Aswamedam gavalambam sannyasam palapaitrikam devarena sutta utpattim kalau pancha vivarjayet. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden. The offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of order of sannyas, the offering of oblations of flesh to forefathers, and a man's begetting a children in his brother's wife. The word palapaitrikam refers to an offering of flesh in oblations to forefathers. Formerly, such an offering was allowed, but in this age it is forbidden. In this age, Kali Yuga, everyone is expert in hunting animals. But most of the people are Sudras, not Kshatriyas. According to Vedic injunction, however, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, whereas the Sudras are allowed to eat flesh after offering goats or other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali or similar demigods. On the whole, meat eating is not completely forbidden. A particular class of men is allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances and injunctions. As far as the eating beef is concerned, however, it is strictly prohibited to everyone. Thus in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks of go rakshyam, cow protection. Meat eaters, according to their different positions and the directions of the Shastra, are allowed to eat flesh, but never the flesh of cows. Cows must be given all protection. So here we are reading the dynasty of Ambarish Maharaj. Sometimes in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we read about different names, like different names. This is the son of this, son of this, son of this, son of this. Sometimes people wonder, why do we read this again, different names? Because these names are not just like names only, because they are all like descendants of the great personalities, like Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. Because when we discuss about Krishna, Krishna is not alone. Krishna means Krishna is always Krishna's Krishna's devotees, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's entourage. Everything is included. So when we glorify or when we hear these names of devotees of Krishna or the descendants of the great devotees, then we also get the benefit actually. So it is not Krishna not alone. Krishna is always surrounded by the devotees. So that is the one point. And here, this particular sloka is mentioned. This is like of the 100 sons, 25 became kings in the western side of the Aryavarta, and then the other 25 became the east, and then the principal middle, and then other places they occupied. So then here Srila Prabhupada talks about that next sloka. The Shraddha ceremony is held during the dark fortnight of the month. When Maharaj Ikshwaku was performing his oblations in this ceremony, he ordered his son Vikukshi to go immediately to the forest to bring some pure flesh. So this is, again, most of the time it's a bit controversial. Sometimes people say, oh, they offered flesh, so why can't we do that now? So all these different, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clarifies that what are all the 5 things which are prohibited in the Kali Yuga. So that's coming in the next. So Srila Prabhupada says, it is evident that the Kshatriya killed animals in the forest because the flesh of the animal was suitable to be offered at a particular type of yajna. So I was reading, Srila Prabhupada says in a place, in the battlefield, a king or a Kshatriya, while fighting another king envious of him, is eligible for achieving the heavenly planets after death, as the Brahmanas also attain the heavenly planets by sacrificing the animals in the sacrificial fire. Therefore, killing on the battlefield on religious principles and killing animals in the sacrificial fire are not at all considered to be the acts of violence, because everyone is benefited by the religious principles involved. The animal sacrifices get a human life immediately without undergoing the gradual evolutionary process from one form to another. And the Kshatriyas killed in the battlefield also attained the heavenly planets, as do the Brahmanas who attained them by offering sacrifice. So this is it is not just like a killing, because this is by killing or by offering this the animal in the sacrifice. There is a Vedic mantras are very powerful. That is like the efficacy of the Vedic mantra is also tested. It's like the way, and Srila Prabhupada says here, it is given a new rejuvenated body. So our human life is given so that they can continue their the process. So that is why the animal sacrifice is not just like it's like a wholesale slaughterhouse opening and then do the offering. That is not the way to do. And Srila Prabhupada mentions in the 5th canto, there is a very nice way, with great, about King Bharata is mentioned, with great faith, King Bharata performed various kinds of sacrifice. He performed sacrifices known as Agnihotra, Darsha Purnamasa, Chaturmasya, Pashu Yajna, wherein a horse is sacrificed, and some Yajna, wherein a kind of beverage is offered. Sometimes these sacrifices are performed completely and sometimes partially. In any case, in all the sacrifices, the regulations of the Chaturhotra were strictly followed. In this way, Bharata Maharaj worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport, animals like horses and cows were offered in sacrifice to test the proper execution of the sacrifice. Otherwise, there was no purpose in killing the animal. Actually, the animal was offered in the sacrificial fire to get a rejuvenated life. Generally, an old animal was sacrificed in the fire and it would come out again in a youthful body. Some of the ritual, however, did not require animal sacrifice. In the present age, animal sacrifices are forbidden. So Srila Prabhupada mentions here, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Aswametam Gavalambam Sanyasam Palapaitrikam Devarena Sutta Utputtim Kalo Pancha Vivarjayet. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden. The offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of the order of sannyas, the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers, and a man's begetting a children in his brother's wife. These 5 things are prohibited, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned. So sometimes we may wonder, then why are we doing sannyas? Because this is like, even though sannyas is prohibited, but this is sannyas is not like just, it's for preaching. The sannyasis go around all over the place, or even so to preach the message of God, message of Krishna. So that way, it is not like the usual sannyas, the traditional sannyas, where they just don't do anything, that type of sannyas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's given this verdict actually. So this Kali Yuga, we can't do this thing. So instead, this is what the famous sloka, Krishna Varnam Tishak Krishnam Sango Pankasta Parshatam Yagyai Sankirtanai Praye Ejantihi Sumedasaha. So instead, we are requested to do this type of sacrifice where there is no animal killing. Yagyai Sankirtana Praye. When you do the Sankirtan Yagya, there is no animal sacrifice, there is no kind of animal killing, no violence, all those things. So that sacrifice is, and it says, Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedasa. Sumedasa means those who had the good brain, they will engage in this activity. So it is not like when devotees are performing, it's not that they are not aware of other things. They are aware of all these things. But in this Kali Yuga, there are no proper brahmanas, there are no proper qualified priests, and this perform all these things. Just killing an animal is one thing, and then how are you going to rejuvenate that this thing? That's the potency of the mantra. Everything is needed. So that is why these things are prohibited in the Kali Yuga. And not only that, there are different things are prohibited, like the Aswamedha, Gavalamba, Sannyasa, Palapaitrika. So Prabhupada refers here, the word Palapaitrikam refers to an offering of flesh in oblations to forefathers. That is not accepted. But here, in this particular verse, we find this Vikukshu, that the son of Ikshwaku goes there and he collects it. But what happens is like, this is what the problem with the Karmakanda. When you find Karmakanda activities, you do a little bit mistake also, you get big problem. Like we all know the story of the king, he was giving charity. What was the name? Nriga, King Nriga. King Nriga was giving charity, a lot of charity he was giving. But it's good, giving, I'm not against giving charity is good only. But what happened when he was giving charity, one cow went from this side to the other side. So then the king given again charity, that cow to another Brahmana. So then the whole thing started. So this is the problem, because when you depend on Karmakanda, then there is always a problem there. It's not like you can't, there will be some small problem will be there, that's it. Then they became angry, then I will golden cow, golden everything. No, I want that cow. So this is a problem, because the Karmakanda, when you follow, the rules are very, very strict. And if you do a little mistake also, then immediately then you have to take birth as a lizard. Then again, by the good fortune, Krishna came and lifted, and all these things happened. Same way we find in the pastime of King Prachini Barhishat also. King Prachini Barhishat also was performing a lot of animal sacrifice actually. Narada Muni came and then gave instructions and all these things. So this is a problem. When we get into this the Karmakanda mode, then it is difficult. Instead, when we take to bhakti, then this whole thing is different actually. Krishna, he understands. He understands the situation. And then whatever, when we perform devotional service, you get all the benefits of other yogas also. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga. And you get bhakti also. So that is why it is recommended, if given a choice, you just take to bhakti directly, so you get the benefits of other yogas also. Not that you are bereft of all the benefits of karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga. No, you get the benefits of that and also the benefit of performing this bhakti yoga, and you get Krishna bhakti. So that's mentioned here. And also this one thing very interesting is Devarina Sutta Utpattim. So this is very, we find in the Shastra, especially in Mahabharata, what is happening is Bhishma Dev took a vow that I am not going to marry. So then this Satyavati, Santanu, then they married Satyavati. Okay, then after that they got two child, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Chitrangada passed away before, and Vichitravirya also passed away without giving any heir to this Kuru dynasty. So Satyavati, Mother Satyavati was very unhappy. What to do? Because this is like a kingdom means there is dynasty means you have to have a son to rule the kingdom. So Satyavati asked Bhishma Dev, Bhishma, now this is a very, very crucial situation. The dynasty has to be protected. So you should beget a child in Ambika and Ambalika. This is so then Bhishma Dev said, no, I have taken a vrata, Drida vrata, no, I am not going to, so I can't do that, please do some other. So then he asked, you only suggest what is the best option. Then he thought out Vyasadev, Veda Vyasa. So then Satyavati requested Veda Vyas, so please, because of this emergency, this is not like a very regular, it's not a regular situation, it's an emergency situation where there is no heir in that family. So Kuru dynasty is going to be just completely, nobody is there to rule the kingdom. So what happened was, then they said, Vyasadev said, I don't mind, I can do that, but the Ambika, Ambalika, whether they will agree to that or not. Because Vyasadev, it's mentioned, it's not a very kind of a beautiful or anything, because beautiful inside, but outside he didn't care about the outside beauty, because he was just like a little bit dressed not very nicely, and his body smell and all these things. So it's not a very pleasant type of from external point of view. So no, Satyavati said, no problem, don't worry about that. So we'll arrange it. So then they asked Ambika first, Ambika, you please, understand the situation. We don't have a heir for the Kuru dynasty. You should beget a child through Vyasa. So then Ambika heard about Vyasadev and all. So then as soon as she entered that room, she closed her eyes. So then what after the union? So then they all finished, and then Satyavati asked, so hope she will get a very good son. Yeah, she will get a very powerful son, but he will be blind. because at the time of conception or the kind of union, she closed her eyes because she was in a very fearful condition. Also that the situation was like that. So then Dhritarashtra was born like that. This is again later. And the next one, Sambalika. So then she said, she also heard about that, and then she was like a pale. So Pandu was born like that. So then still Satyavati was not happy. So again, Ambika, you try. So this time Ambika, what she did was, instead of her going, she dressed another maid servant and sent the maid servant. Maid servant was very, very obedient and served the Vyasadeva, and then Vyasadeva blessed her. You will have a very, very intelligent son, very, very good son you will have. That's Vidura. Vidura was born. So Shastra examples are there, but this is in a different Yuga. So we have to understand, we can't imitate that and put that into practice. It won't work actually, because Kali Yuga, everything is, as Prabhupada says, topsy-turvy, because this is all like upside down. If you do something, then that will create lot of problem, lot of issues actually. So that is why Shastra recommends that this is Kalau Pancha Vivarjayet. Kalau Pancha Vivarjayet means these 5 things are restricted in this Kali Yuga. So if we try to, so this is what Srila Prabhupada says here. And also it is mentioned here, according to Vedic injunction, however, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, because this is now the hunting is like a hunting expedition. Anybody just takes up the, previously hunting means you have to go and show your this thing, not that just like a gun and then shoot this thing. It's not like it is you fight and then get the animal. And also only hunters are allowed to, Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, not the other category of people, they are not allowed. And Prabhupada says here, Sudras are allowed to eat flesh after offering goats or other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali or similar demigod. Sometimes the people complain that, they ate meat here. In the Vedic system also meat eating was there. Vedic system is not recommending meat eating, but there are some people who are going to eat that put some restrictions so that they will slowly come into understand. Okay, so there is when say mamsa means, ma means me, sa means you. So then that is I am now eating you, and then you eat me next life. No? Yeah. Then Prabhupada asks in a question, any sane man who has some intelligence, will he do that? No? So he's like, now you eat me, now I am going to come and eat you later. No? That is a very kind of nobody wants to do that type of trade-in. So for just a little bit of enjoyment, little bit of the palate of the tongue, just I want to do that, and then you want to suffer later. So nobody. But even though the restrictions are there, you have to be in the Amavasya. That means it's not like go to the shop and buy that meat and no, go to this thing and then do that performance, so much of austerities, and midnight wake up and do this puja, panaskar, all then you can offer. Then you can take it. So that means it is a kind of, it is not an encouragement, it is a discouragement. So if one time person will do, next time who will wait for Amavasya? No, let us give it up. So Vedic system puts all the condition so that the person will be discouraged from eating, not from encouraged in eating. But now the system is made in such a way everything is readily available. Then there is no going into the forest, no hunting, no this, no that, everything is packed. And just comes, and then you have to, that is very sinful actually. So it is mentioned, there are, I was reading in the morning, there are 6 types of people. No? This is like 6 types of people. Sometimes the people say, it was available there, so I got it. No? I didn't kill it. No, whether you killed or somebody else killed, that is not a question. Because the person who gave the land, the person who gave permission for killing, the person who is killing, and the person who is transporting, all these people are implicated actually. Different degrees, they are all implicated. So it's not an excuse that now it is available, so we can eat it. Not like that. So, and also Shastra is very practical also. Shastra gives many places. If your life is in danger, there is no other option available, you can eat meat. There is sometimes in the scripture, one time, like a Vishwamitra or some rishi, they ate also some meat. But it's not like a regular breakfast, lunch, not that type of thing. You see, next minute, this life is going to pass away. You have to sustain that life. For what? So that they can give the knowledge to others, or that type of very special circumstance. It is not for sense gratification at all. No? Because if you first sense gratification, no, that is not allowed actually. So that time it can be done. So Srila Prabhupada gives many restrictions. And then finally he says here, the animal sacrifice as stated in the Vedas is different from the unrestricted animal killing in the slaughterhouse. Prabhupada says something on that. Because the Asuras, or so-called scholars of the Vedic literatures, put forward the evidence of animal killing in the Vedas, Lord Buddha superficially denied the authority of the Vedas. This rejection of the Vedas by Lord Buddha was adopted in order to save people from the vice of animal killing, as well as to save poor animals from slaughtering process of their big brothers, who clamor for universal brotherhood, peace, justice and equity. There is no justice when there is animal killing. Lord Buddha wanted to stop it completely, and therefore his cult of ahimsa was propagated not only in India but also outside the country. So sometimes this is when it starts, like there is so much of in the name of Vedas, so much of animal killing, animal sacrifice was happening. So Lord Buddha became very morose with thinking this. This is the way the animals are getting killed. Then he said, why are you doing that? The Vedas are saying, okay, forget about Vedas. So Buddha can do that because he is also incarnation of the Lord. So he can forget about the Veda. Ahimsa hi paro Veda. So ahimsa is the Param Satya. So you follow only ahimsa only. So he was very charismatic personality. He could do that. So we all know how this Buddha did ahimsa. And then after that other acharyas like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, all other personalities came, and then they clarified all these things. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reconciled everything. Achintya, Bheda, Abheda. See, there is a Bheda is also there and Abheda is also. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is like incorporating everything actually. So the Bheda is there and Abheda. So this way we have this best of this everything actually in our Sampradaya. And Srila Prabhupada says, as far as eating, the meat eating is not completely forbidden. A particular class of men allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances, an injunction. That is the injunction. You have to be an Amavasya day. You have to do all the fasting and everything. And you have to cut. And at that time, Mamsa, I have to tell that I am killing you now. Now you will, next life you will come and kill me or eat me. This is, who is going to accept this proposal actually? This, better instead eat normal Krishna Prasadam, that way we don't get implicated. Also it is mentioned, this whatever the activities we do, we get reaction. This is yagyartat karmanon anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Whatever this meat eating or any sense gratification action without connection with Krishna, that will create karma bandhana. The karma bandhana is a very dangerous thing actually. Why we take birth again into the material world? Because of the karma. We keep on performing punya, these pious activities. For that also we have to take birth in the material world. You perform all the sinful activities. For that also you have to take birth in this material world to suffer. But we want to perform activities which are neither punya nor papa, or neither pious or impious. We want to perform activities which are pure devotional activities. They don't have any material reaction. So that type of activity, this is a akarma. This is the type of activities or what we are performing in the devotional line. All these activities, they don't accrue any material reaction. Yeah, there is spiritual reaction is there. Spiritually we go back to Godhead. But materially, that is why each and every activity, sometimes we are vegetarian. Vegetarian is good. But that is not that good, because vegetarian is good only, because at least you are not eating meat and other things, but still you are not accepting the authority of the Lord and accepting the offering of the Lord. You are just eating for your own sense gratification. And Krishna calls them, it's a thief actually. Bunjate toham papa epachanti atma karana. Our own sense gratification we eat, then that becomes like we become a thief actually. So, and Srila Prabhupada continues here, according to Manu, the great author of the civic codes and religious principles, even the killer of an animal is to be considered a murderer, because animal food is never meant for civilized man, whose prime duty is to prepare himself for going back to Godhead. So this is the basic understanding, is the animal food is not meant for human beings actually. And also that the Higher Taste book very nicely explains what is the different situation body situation, how this, the claw and all these things, everything, all these things are geared towards a vegetarian type of meal actually, not for animals have a different type of thing. Whatever that, this gives very nicely explains what kind of the strength in the body of that acid strength and everything. It gives very, you don't have to be a big Vedanta scholar to understand that. Even from a physical point of view, from a material point of view only, all these things are explained nicely. So there is no reason for understanding this meat eating is needed. No one can create a living being despite all advancement of material science, and therefore no one has the right to kill a living being by one's independent whims. For the animal eaters, the scriptures have sanctioned restricted animal sacrifices only, and such sanctions are there just to restrict the opening of slaughterhouses, not to encourage animal killing. The procedure under which animal sacrifice is allowed in the scripture is good for both animal sacrifice and animal eaters. It is good for the animal in the sense that the sacrificed animal is at once promoted to the human form of life after being sacrificed at the altar, and the animal eater is saved from grosser types of sins, namely eating meat supplied by organized slaughterhouses. So this is the way. So because there are section of people, they will do anyway. So Shastra gives a prescription. Okay, you want to do that, do this way, but be aware, these are all the reactions you are going to get. And if you want to still do that, then this is the same thing, like in the cigarette packet, it says cigarette smoking is injurious, it can create cancer. But they said very boldly, it is written, but it's up to you, whether you have a free will, whether you still want to use this or then get caught in that, that's your problem. But at least they are saying that, at least to that degree they are saying. So, and Srila Prabhupada concludes here, thus in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks of Gorakshyam, cow protection. This is a Krishi Gorakshya Vanigyam Vaisya Karma Swabhavajam. Because where Lord Krishna in the 18th chapter is explaining about that different varnas and ashramas. He is talking about like what is the Brahmana's characteristics, what is the Kshatriya's characteristics, what is the Vaisya and the Sudra characteristics. Where he is explaining Krishi Gorakshya Vanigyam. This is like the field plowing and generating all these crops. This and Gorakshya. Gorakshya is very, very important. Because of this, the cow is maintained properly, then automatically you get all the benefits actually, all the benefits. This is like it gives you milk and whatever way, the cow goes from all this, all the byproducts of cow, everything is used. Okay, so much so it is used in the deity room also it is used. So that is the benefit of Gorakshya. And if we can do that, this Krishna is called Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. So the prayer says Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagastitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. So that way we will please Krishna also. If we respect cows, we look after the cows nicely, and then we get the blessings of Lord Krishna also. So this is this portion of this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is tomorrow. Here we hear that while doing this activity, this Vikukshi became fatigued. When you are fatigued and then you don't know what you are doing, and then he ate some of that. This is the problem. When this offering was taken to this thing, and then at that time what will happen is like a Vasishta Muni, he will find out, because they rishis, they know, like past, present, future, Trikalagya, they don't. So they could understand there is some flaw in this, that this person has eaten something. So it's not fit for offering. Srila Prabhupada says, same way the offering for the deities, like the deities is like this is what one of the principles when we are cooking, we just cook and then not taste it, like whether salt is correct or spices are correct or anything. No, not because once the food is offered to Krishna, automatically Krishna gives actually. Krishna gives whatever is needed, Krishna gives them. If the taste has to be given, Krishna will give the taste also. So we may have some limitations, but Krishna ignores that limitation and then he accepts the bhakti. Krishna is not interested in all these different things. He is interested whether in love and affection you are doing. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayaschati tataham bhakti upahratam. He puts this condition, bhaktya bhakti. He is not interested in the physical item. Physical item also he can take, no problem. But he more than physical item, the bhakti has to be there. If the bhakti is not there, Krishna is not ready to accept the offering. Duryodhana cooked a big feast so that Krishna can come and we can take Krishna in our side. But Krishna didn't agree. No, I am not going to eat in place. I will go to Vidura's house actually. So where Vidura is not as materially opulent as Duryodhan, but he accepted that. So Krishna wants that bhakti aspect, not just like the material show-off thing. He's not interested in that. So this is the point also. So the offering becomes polluted. Srila Prabhupada says in one place, I forgot where, maybe the next one, maybe. So the offering becomes polluted actually, because before, and that's why in Jagannath Puri, this I heard, before the cook goes in, he eats fully he eats and then goes to so that he doesn't have, when you are looking at the food also, you don't look at lustfully, like, oh now, okay, I'm preparing this sabji, okay, when is the offering going to finish? That you won't have the desire to eat also. When you eat full and then you go, then you don't have the desire to eat also. So that way you won't look at that object as like for your own sense gratification. So this is another way we can think. So I'll stop here. Please forgive me something which I said wrongly, or correct me also. Any comments or questions, please. Hare Krishna.
You just mentioned about Puri. I heard recently that the same reason if somehow a dog or some animal comes and sees the offering, then it can't be offered, because
correct.
That animal will be seeing that with the desire to eat it.
Yes.
So it's not just the tasting that you described.
Yeah, very serious.
It's even the attitude that let me eat this. If that attitude comes in any living entity,
it becomes,
then it can't be offered to Jagannath.
It becomes polluted. The whole offering becomes polluted. Yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I had a question also, that it seems you've studied this a bit, that in these Vedic sacrifices in which animals are offered, are they always just offered to Kali, or just the fire? Who receives these offerings?
This is like the one offering is mentioned. Srila Prabhupada talks about that the other people, the goats and other things can be offered. But when we offer this, the ahuti or whatever that animal has been offered in the fire, I don't know, whichever devata or whatever personality they have invoked in that sacrifice, I think they will be getting this thing. This is what my understanding is. So obviously Krishna or any Vishnu Tattvas, they don't accept this type of offerings, because they don't. So it may be some of the specific yajna, specific thing to.
Here, Shraddha is mentioned.
Yeah.
So in Shraddha, it's the forefathers who are, because we do Shraddha
to Vishnu Prasad only.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a little confusing.
Any clarification? I think at this stage, I'm not sure, because this is like definitely, your point is correct. Pala Paitrikam is like a flesh is offered as this thing, the Shraddha ceremony, but I don't know, the Lord is not going to accept
how does that work?
So it's not going to accept that flesh.
Anyway, Karmakanda is too complicated.
That's what I'm also. It's so many complicated, so many rules and regulations. Even if you do little bit thing, that's it. It completely wipes out the whatever good thing you did also.
It's fortunate in Kali Yuga we can just give it all up.
Yes,
Sankirtan. The Shastra even allows us. You're not only is it too complicated, we couldn't do it anyways.
Yes.
But we even have a prohibition. So
yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
It's fortunate for us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yes, ma.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned how the 6 people involved in killing an animal, they all get the karma, but they depend on different degrees. So my question is, when we go to the supermarket and we pay for the food, or even at school we pay for the fees, they will use it eventually to get meat or to eat meat. So are we also involved because we're paying them to obtain that?
So we are also partially implicated actually, because the fact that we are living in the material world, with some way or other, we also support. May not be directly, in some way. So that is when we ask for because also in our life also, we try to live in a way, God-centered way, in a devotional way. We pray to the Lord. Lord also knows that we are living in this material world. We have to eat something, we have to drink something, we have to go here, we have to do. So Lord is merciful. No? It's not like you are not directly doing that, but that's when we ask for forgiveness. Some of the known offenses, some of the unknown things also. This is like when the deity worship, there is a prayer, no? Like whether unknowingly committing some offenses, unknowingly we are committing some offenses also. We ask for forgiveness for them also. But as far as possible, it's very difficult in the Kali Yuga. Whatever you do, there will be some involvement of sinful activity will be there. Very difficult. You put money in the bank. The bank is not always doing all the... So they will put money somewhere else, somewhere in a business, somewhere this thing will be happening. So we are implicated. But all these things will be happen. But when we take to pure devotional service is like a fire. No? The fire can't burn anything. So that's why we want to, as much as possible, yes, we have to do activities, we have to do some activities, but not gross ourselves, but if something is happening, that is also, we'll get some implication. So we pray to the Lord and we try to engage in devotional service, so that, and hoping for the mercy of the Lord. That will help us actually.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.